You agree? You know, we are in a country that you can rise to the level you wish to rise. You can, whatever you are motivated for, if you really are motivated to accomplish, you can accomplish it.
But then certain opportunities aren't offered to the same kind of...
Opportunities are always there. You just have to figure out, be smart enough to figure out how to make use of them. And if you are poor, you deserve to be poor. I am poor.
Man, you sound like a right-wing conservative.
I deserve to be poor.
I think within what you're saying, my experience where I came from was that, you know, people just never saw the horizon. You know what I mean? They grew up in an education system in a world where there was so little hope that they just, it never, the possibilities weren't a part of anything they had ever known. It, like, nobody had ever said to them what you just said to us right now. And so you ended up with this nihilism where it's alcohol and drugs and violence in what appears to be just a nice little town.
Was that a dominant factor? Alcohol, drugs?
Drugs, you know, since I've been in New York, there's been, haven't been around anybody with major drug problems. When I go home to my hometown, heroin everywhere, just everybody is going down. Suicides are rampant.
What's the name of the town?
Lewistown, PA.
It's amazing because, you know, when you look at the media today, you think that the drug problem is something that's, you know, relegated just to the big cities and the urban centers.
Not at all.
Actually, no, it's the suburbs that's the bigger problem.
Well, I've heard that.
And it's
recently.
3 Mile Island that is the cause of all of it.
That's not too far from me.
It's all that radiation coming from
Well, the first question I have is, do you think the picture that we painted in this brochure is reality?
Oh, it's reality. It's reality. But you have to remember something. There are some people that choose to be poor. Yeah. For example, I can remember in the 70s, late 60s, early 70s, doing work study. And somebody I worked with, this older guy, he was offered a job that would earn a lot more money. He turned it down.
The responsibility.
Because to take that job meant he could be fired, because now he had something to perform too. Now also he had certain responsibilities that he wouldn't have if he stayed where he was. He didn't want the job. I can eat, I have a roof over my head, I don't want the problems. I'm happy.
Being in a safety net.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm happy with
some
my
people
poverty.
just want to be safe, you know?
And some people also
Yeah.
being miserable and in poverty, it makes them more interesting. Why be wealthy? You're boring wealthy. To be poor and miserable, now that's interesting.
He sounds like a comedy of errors to me. I mean, you know, I can understand someone being stuck in a particular social position because of the nature of the society, but it's very difficult for me to believe that somebody wants to be poor.
You're right.
I mean, that to me, is unrealistic.
No, we would like money, but the pursuit of money means we have to give up being interesting.
I don't think so. I think I'd be very interesting being wealthy.
Yeah.
I know I would be very interesting. I mean, I think it's a matter of where your perspective is. My quest for wealth is so that I can do, at least at this stage of my thinking now, of course, when I get wealth, I may turn into a capitalist pig. But right now, my quest for wealth is so that I can do my work better.
Yeah.
Now, it may be because I'm a creative person. I can now, instead of, you know, I can build on the scale that I want to build. I can create the kind of sculpture and environments and temples and transformation modules that can make things happen if I had the money. I'm not letting the money stop me. My quest still goes on. But it depends on where your orientation is from. Now, if you had money and loving art the way you did, you'd open a giant gallery. Maybe, I don't know. You have to speak for yourself.
I'd give it all away.
You give it okay, but
It's just,
but listen,
and I'd be
don't.
back to no money.
I think it's ludicrous for anybody to think that you can survive in this world at this point, especially in America, without money. Capitalism has its evils. It has a lot of evils. And the evils,
There's a but. There's a but coming.
there's a but. Of course there's a but. I mean, listen, we're all sitting around the table here, and the reason that we have food on the table is because we had money to buy the food. That's the reality.
No, there's a difference.
Okay.
There is money to buy food, money to survive, but then there is money beyond survival. Now, you can give up a hell of a lot to go beyond survival. To survive doesn't take much.
No, meaning, is it
No,
worth it? I think what you're talking about is it worth it to give up certain?
Because the quest for money, so you're saying the quest for money makes you lose certain
You lose a
things.
lot.
Well, I'm going to challenge that in the sense that we don't know, because those of us who are in this particular mode of creativity and saving the world and uplifting consciousness and all, very few of us get breakthrough, and very few of us break through to make the money. So we don't know, because how many people do you know who, with our particular orientation, vein of thinking, have money?
I know a lot.
You do?
Yes.
Hey man, introduce me.
Yeah.
But you know what?
What?
They do not give up money. They are the cheapest people I fucking
Oh, hey.
But they
I
think
have
like
to
you.
admit.
They think like you.
There is.
No, they don't. They talk like me.
But then that's what I'm saying. How many people think like us, have our philosophical, I guess you would call it, stance.
They sit there and they say, I want to help people. I want to give. I want to share. I can't help you right now. I've got a mortgage payment to make. I've got an investment I just made, and I can't tell you
Well, that's what we're saying.
Yeah.
That the acquisition of wealth then begins to change your whole being and your whole perspective of life. Is that what I'm saying? I contend that we don't know. I mean, I'm speaking here now. I'm speaking philosophically. But if I had a lot of money, I'm sure certain things would change. In order to keep money, you have to do certain things to get money and also maintain money. That's a gig in itself.
Yeah.
All right. I think that those of us who in this vein of thinking may very well be doing some new things with transforming what we know as capitalism. Capitalism has not been tested with the acquisition of wealth among a group of people like ourselves who for the most part are artists and creatives.
It has. Because every corporation, for example, that has been a success started with people like us. The problem is not the people that start those corporations and start those ideas. The problem is everybody else. Because what ends up happening when you've got somebody that comes up with a creative idea, and then now it starts being a success, you've got everybody else who starts working who's a follower and just wants to make money. And they are going to do whatever it is as a follower to make that money. And they rise to a level with no creativity as a follower. But if they start getting too creative, they're out. Because you're challenging now the creator.
Bill Gates.
There you go. Perfect example, huh?
Bill Gates, I guess he was a creative. I don't know his full story, but he was a creative guy. Got together and they created Microsoft. He's become a capitalist.
Yeah.
He's the epitome of capitalism now. Success story.
What is he, the third wealthiest or the wealthiest?
He may be one of the wealthiest men in the
I
world.
think he's the wealthiest.
I don't know, this guy's working. But the point is, where's his head at this point? You have to deal with the capitalist system in order to be successful in the capitalist system. But that does not mean that you have to abandon humanity. It does not mean you have to abandon compassion. It does not mean that you have to abandon charity. It does not mean that you have to even abandon creativity within the system. So I am saying that I don't know of anyone, an artist, Okay, he was obviously an artist. He was a computer nerd or whatever you want to term you want to use. I'm talking about creative people who have had a record of involvement in the creative arts, whether it be performance, visual sciences, literature, whatever, ascending to wealth in any mass. That has not happened within the capitalist system, in terms of my understanding.
The artist?
Yeah.
But you